Roll call of the board.
Trustee Ertler?
Here.
Trustee Giesman?
Here.
Trustee Kibitsky?
Here.
Let the record note that Trustee Clark is absent. Supervisor Tusher?
Here.
Let the record also note that Clerk Blau is in attendance.
Do I hear a motion for approval of the minutes of May 12th meeting, 2015 board meeting?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
I
Nobody says.
second.
Any questions or concerns? Hearing none. Roll call.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee Kibitsky?
I'm going to abstain since I was not present.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Supervisor Tusher?
I have to abstain because I wasn't here either. So this would be put on next
Put
month's.
next month's agenda. Motion can't be carried.
Communications.
We have a thank you note here from Fran Sitkowitz regarding the floral arrangement we sent and our condolences on the passing of her father. We have a thank you note from the Village of North Riverside Recreation Department for sponsoring their 2015 autumn chili cook-off, and they said that it was the most attended affair that they had in 2014. There's a correspondence here, and it said to Rich Tusher and the Riverside Township Board. I believe it's from the people who videotape our meetings, and they say, for your information, attached is a list of hits that our website has generated, thanks to the videotaping and Andre Dixon's posting on YouTube. A total of 69 countries around the world has logged in to view our programs, so thank you. And they have some, it says some old, it looks like old TV shows that they do, so I don't, radio?
Old-time radio. Yeah, they mentioned that at the last meeting. And they're really good. You guys ought to come.
And that's it.
Thank you. Visitors' remarks. You're on the agenda, so. No, I don't have any. Trustees' reports.
No.
Mental Health Board report. You have in your packet. I did get a nibble, a referral from a person for the Mental Health Board.
Okay.
I told him to have him send in his resume.
Okay.
It's awful hard getting volunteers, you know that. Okay.
Rich,
Oh, yes, sir.
I sent you an email suggesting an attorney that I thought would be a good township attorney. And since the present agenda fails to include him, I'm making this motion. I move we decide on a township attorney during the July or August monthly meeting.
Okay.
Are we going to vote on it?
And you're making, do I hear a second?
Yeah, do you hear a second?
Well, wait a minute. You're making a motion to vote on a township attorney.
No, I'm making a motion that
Okay, but the motion is to vote on a township attorney at the next month's meeting.
yeah.
I don't see that on the agenda.
Pardon me, John?
I don't see it on the agenda about voting, about getting a township attorney. This gentleman here, Mr. Odelson, is to speak to us tonight. Okay, but that's just in
Right.
regard to Odelson Sturk. Now, how can we make a motion and vote on something that's not on the agenda?
We can't.
We can't.
Are you saying that we're not going to vote on the township attorney tonight?
I'm saying you can't make a motion to
No,
vote on
I'm-
it next month.
I want to delay the voting on the township attorney
I
to
understand.
a later date.
You cannot make a motion on something that is not on the agenda. And it's not on the agenda to make that motion to vote next month.
Well,
I
it's really on the agenda. Our agenda doesn't say we're gonna vote on grant A for $400. It just mentions the grant A, and we know we're gonna vote on that. That's the same way this, Burton Adelson is, he's hopeful that we would vote on his proposal tonight. And I'm saying I'd like to wait until next month or August to do it.
I thought this item on the agenda pertained particularly to Mr. Odelson.
Yes.
It does, but that doesn't mean we're voting on it, right? We don't vote on everything that's on the agenda always.
Right.
So,
You said, wait, we don't vote on everything that's on the agenda?
yeah, not necessarily.
Okay,
Sometimes
but
things are for
but in order to
information.
vote on something, it must be on the agenda.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not on the agenda.
Correct. So I think when
Mr.
you're,
Odelson is on the agenda.
yeah, I think you're overly concerned. I mean, I think that.
I just,
Because he's speaking doesn't mean we're voting,
okay,
you know?
all right.
You can table it, but I don't think you can make a motion and vote on it tonight. You can table voting on anything tonight.
So be it.
Okay.
So should we strike the motion that trustee Giesman?
Well, it's up to the
made?
supervisor.
Yeah, I mean, scratch it. We'll put, you give me the name of the attorney that you want, and I will list it in July's meeting.
Great.
That's fine.
That's basically what you want, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. It'll be on the agenda.
great.
And you're under new business, and you're the speaker, and you're basically allowed about 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, Mr. Supervisor, Madam Clerk, trustees. I didn't understand that I would be voted on tonight either. I thought I was just presenting what we had tonight, and that it was not an agenda item to vote on or not vote on. So the supervisor was good enough to put me on the agenda so I could just come and present tonight.
That was my understanding too.
Yes.
Excuse me, can you speak at the podium so they videotape that so they can see what you're saying instead of the back of your head?
I don't hear Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I presented my credentials and my firm's credentials to the board. I have been an attorney 43 years. We have a law firm in Evergreen Park that does municipal, township, school, park, governmental law. I have represented townships my entire career, from Worth Township, which you know is a very, very large township, for 20 plus years, to Orland Township, to Proviso Township. We now are in Lyons Township. We consult with other townships to provide whatever guidance the supervisor, clerk, and board needs. We do a municipal law. As you know, as I said in my correspondence, we represent the village of North Riverside. We represent the village of Lyons, as well as many others which I've listed in my attachment. And I think we have my attachment, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We have 20 attorneys. They're all in various stages of seniority, have experience in municipal and township law. One of my senior associates, Michael Hayes, is a resident in Riverside. Richard Bruin, who's a partner, is a resident in Berwyn. I'm in Oak Lawn. Our offices are in Evergreen Park. The south side, I chose to move my firm from the downtown loop to the south side in Evergreen Park in 1980. And because I did that, because I have my own building, I'm able to charge a rate that is very comfortable for municipalities. And I don't have to charge the downtown rate because I don't have downtown office space. I have my own building. So our $175 an hour rate is not to say that we're only worth $175. We're worth all of $300, $350 an hour. But I don't have to charge that because my profit margin differs greatly from those firms downtown who have to pay the high freight, so to speak. So that's why our fees are lower. Our fees are also lower because we've done this so long, we don't have to research and reinvent the wheel every time a question comes up. We kind of know it. Not that we know everything, no one ever knows everything, and I pride myself on trying to learn something new every day still. But we have gone through many township, municipal, school areas of the law that we don't discard, we still have. So when an ordinance comes up or something in regards to general assistance comes up, we probably have done it before. We probably can go back into our files and pull it out and reproduce it for your benefit. This is a nice fit for us because I have attorneys who live here, are within 3 minutes of the township office space. Being that we represent North Riverside and Lyons, we know the area very, very well, and it would really be a nice fit to represent Riverside Township. I do go back and I did some work with Judy Barr many, many years ago, some political work, because I do a lot of election law work. Maybe or maybe not, hopefully not, you've seen me in the paper or on TV in different battles with election law. You never see me in regards to my municipal and township law, which is our bread and butter, but because election law is so controversial sometimes, and I've been fortunate, or maybe not so fortunate, to represent some high-profile people, then I get thrust in front of the camera myself. but that's only a sidelight, election law, and that's how I knew the treasurer so well and her staff. So this would be a perfect fit for us. I think it would be a good fit for you. I'm sure I could fit within your budget. As a sidelight, Dick Cowan was a personal friend of mine. He and I came up through the township ranks and through election law ranks. And we were quiet adversaries sometimes, and sometimes we were on the same side. I kind of helped him become a commissioner through the Republican Party way back when. I also represent the Illinois Republican State Senate. So Chris Radonio, who's the minority leader, I represent the Republican senators. I do Democratic work sometimes on the House side. So we go both ways, so to speak, depending on who the client is and making sure there's no conflict. I represented Pate Phillip when he was the Senate President, and then stayed on with the Senate staff through the years and through the different leaders in the Senate. So that's how I'm familiar with Riverside, North Riverside, Brookfield. We were the village attorneys in Brookfield for 4 years. And then when there's a change in administration, different leaders want to bring in their own people, which was very understandable. So I'm open for questions. If you have questions, I'm not a shy guy. I'm happy to answer. I appreciate your consideration, and I appreciate you talking to other law firms. I mean, and that's just fine. That's part of your responsibility. I understand that, correct? And if you think that there's a better fit, then I think you should hire the better fit. But I think I'm a pretty good fit, and I think you'll like Mike Hayes, who I said could walk here with his kids, or Rich Bruin, or myself, or some of the others in my firm.
How many townships do you represent right now?
Right now, just Lyons Township. We've represented Orland. We've represented, like I said, Worth Township for many, many years. I'm still active with the township lawyers as I am with the municipal lawyers.
I know Ann let me know, about you had represented Worth in your packet, Orland and Payless, and why you don't represent them now. When I talk to them, and just for the board's information, everybody I talked to had nothing but praise for this company. Thought it did very well, it was very good, very responsive. The reason they did not rehire them is because new administrations came in, like you had said. They wanted to bring their own person in. That's why, you know, according to them, that is why, you know, they don't have this firm. That's about it.
One quick question.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned Hayes is from Riverside.
Mike Hayes lives here, yes.
I don't see his picture in here.
He's a senior associate.
Oh, I'm not in this section here.
There he is.
Okay.
Mike.
So you wouldn't necessarily be our person. It would be any one of 3 or 4.
Two or three, including me. If I'm needed for a particular reason, I would be here. Like I said, I'm in North Riverside all the time, or in Lyons. Probably Mike Hayes, since he lives 3 or 4 minutes from here. Mike does a lot of the North Riverside meetings, and we kind of share it. So it would be 2 or 3 of us you'd be familiar with. But that's to your benefit, because if one of us is on vacation, sick, out of town, you have someone else to go to. We give you our cell phones. We're on the cell phone 24/7. If you need something, we get right back to you.
And everybody's rate is the same?
Yes.
Your rate's no different than Mike's or?
No.
Okay.
I blended together the senior partner. In some firms downtown, the senior partner will make X amount of dollars down to an associate. So it's called a blended rate. We just blend it all together, and it comes out to 175. Yes,
This
sir.
question, Michael J. Hayes Jr.
Yes.
You know his father?
Very good friends. Yes.
Did he go to Quigley?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he was an assistant attorney general under Neil Harrigan, and a practicing lawyer with a very big law firm. Very prominent man.
Yeah, he was in my class.
Oh, really? Wow. And Mike Hayes went to Fenwick in junior.
Okay, I also, how I found this company was I talked to Lyons Township. And I got referred to him. And I talked to Barbara Wyrick,
Yes, that's right.
who, you know, they had nothing but praise for you. I talked to somebody else in the office, and there's a woman that represents them. I can't remember her name offhand.
Oh, from my office?
Yes,
Elizabeth Shine Hermes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, you know, she was terrific, and they were all very responsive, and, you know, can get a hold of them, and which is nice, and that they're close.
Now, Richard used to send us updates, like if there was a change in the law. You know, you might want to change your procedures because this is what happened in Springfield. Does your firm do that?
Yes, we do that. In fact, we may be even more responsive because Representative Lou Lang works for me. He's a lawyer in my firm. He's also third in seniority in the House on the Democratic side. So anytime we need legislation or we want to know what's going on behind the scenes, I dial up Lou Lang and he lets me know what's going on down there. If the township needs something, we're good at cutting through the bureaucracy and getting right to the answer. And on the Senate side, I call Senator Rodonio, and she's very, very responsive, her or her chief of staff. So yes, you get legislative updates all the time. Well, all the time when there's change.
Right.
That's right.
And how do you feel about attending meetings? Is it your position that an attorney should always be at a township meeting, or their no discretion?
It's the discretion of the supervisor and the board. There are some townships and some municipalities and some school districts who want us there all the time, and others don't. We're very flexible. I mean, quite frankly, I don't think you need us all the time when you go through your business. And if you do need us, and you didn't schedule us, just call me at night, or Rich, or one of the lawyers who would be on the Riverside account, and we talk to you on the phone while you sit here. If you want us here and you need us here, we're here. So we're flexible either way, however the board wants it.
So how many of your folks are specialized in township?
We have 5 of us. 5 of us. Yeah, township, and I categorize township with municipal, and, you know, it's different.
It's different.
Statutes, but it's governmental. It's kind of the same thing.
And would you draft ordinances if we asked?
Oh, yes. We
Or
do that routinely.
resolutions and?
Yes, ordinances routinely. Contracts, litigation, you don't have any labor problems.
Thank God.
Thank God. Like many of our municipalities, we're in contract negotiations all the time. But we're, I call a one-stop shop. You know, we do the litigation, we do the labor, we do the everyday ordinances, resolutions, contracts, general assistance, any questions on general assistance. Highway Commission, I don't believe we have a
We don't have
highway
highway.
commissioner. And of course the assessor. We're close with Barbara Wyrick and Lyons and other assessors too.
What, one of the questions I had when I originally talked to him was, did he know anything about Cook County and what's going on with the unincorporated area? He said yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was parliamentarian for the Cook County Board of Commissioners for 4 years. When Todd Stroger was the president, I was the parliamentarian who conducted the meetings for the Cook County Board. And I represent a number of the Cook County Commissioners under Mayor Liz Gorman and Pete Silvestri.
What was nice that, you know, he knew what they were planning on doing, you know, which is could be helpful in case of something happens. And, you know, that's my main concern. You know, this is something new that none of us, and Cook County probably hasn't even ever done before either, you know. But,
Do you know if they have?
We're in tune with what's happening in Cook County.
But have they ever done anything like this before?
Like what?
Well, trying to purchase the homes of people in unincorporated areas.
No. New
Okay,
program.
you haven't heard of that, anything like that?
It's a new program. Municipalities, some municipalities do that.
Right.
They purchase, condemn and
Yeah,
purchase.
yeah.
County, they've done condemnation procedures to purchase pieces of property, vacant property, if they're expanding a road or they want to add to the forest preserve or things like that, but not homes. It's a little different. But we're very much in tune, Mr. Supervisor.
so, you know, Cook County, they're not gonna condemn any homes.
I know,
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
just to make that
They don't
perfectly
mind
clear, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the benefits of our firm is that we're very close to state and county government, being that we have represented a number of the commissioners and many of the state reps and state senators.
I thank you.
All right.
We'll let you know,
Sure.
probably July or August.
Sure, that's
You know,
fine.
because, you know, we've got another one or two law firms to interview,
That's great.
and hopefully we can get them out.
Good. In the meantime, because Mr. Collin passed, if you have any problems, I'd be happy to answer any questions and do any work that you would have in the interim.
Okay.
It's no problem at all.
That may be helpful in case something comes up
Yes. in case
with
something-
the county and
Right.
the unincorporated area.
Got it. Okay.
So, thank you.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
in
Yeah,
tonight.
thank you.
Thanks. Again, if you need anything, just call me. You have my number.
Right.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Have a good evening.
Too.
Take care. Drive safely.
Yes.
Wayne,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to come down on you or do anything. I just want this to be done right. I'm very anxious to hear your recommendation, and I have a reason for that. I just wanted to make sure we were dotting our i's and crossing our t's here. That's all.
Yeah, the reason I brought it up is because I thought that this would develop into a decision tonight,
No.
and I wanted to avoid that.
No.
I would have liked that, but only because
Well,
if something comes up with the lawn, but he said, we
He
can
said he
call
would
him,
do it.
you know, and
He
he
said he
can,
would do it.
you know, to cover. That's my main
And
concern.
in this respect, I agree with Wayne. I want to hear from somebody else too. I
Right.
think like the rest of the board should. But I just didn't want this to get crossed up someplace.
Right, no, no.
And
Now, you know,
So
okay.
who's the firm you're talking about?
Steve Kibitsky.
Oh, Steve Kibitsky, oh, okay.
You know, I did talk to James Kelly.
You guys just got his proposal today in your mailbox, probably.
Yeah.
Right,
Uh,
yeah.
Kelly, did you pick
Yeah.
this up?
I didn't,
Kelly.
It's in your box.
It's in your box one.
Yeah, so, you know, everybody hasn't even had a chance.
Do you
to
want me to set up, have James Kelly come out and speak to us, and Barbara Adams come out and speak to us, both at the same time next month, and Steve Kibitsky? You want the three of them to come out next month in July?
sure.
Well, I think,
Well,
if you guys.
Because August, it could be a late meeting.
Could, yeah,
Why?
we could put, we could share July and August.
Okay,
yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
so
why?
you want two in July and one in August, or
Right.
He's anxious
one
to
in
get
August,
somebody
two in
that he can
July?
call.
I can't, what?
He's anxious to get somebody that he can call on if we have a
No,
question.
no, why are you saying August will be a long meeting? That's not that Cook County thing, is it?
No, it's because we have grants that,
Oh, grants, oh, well, that doesn't take too long.
yeah, well, just in case.
Okay, well, no, I think it's all right to split it between July and August. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Sure.
Now, if you looked at the rates for Holland and Knight, they're pretty high.
I can't hear you.
If you looked at the rates, the hourly rates for Holland and Knight, which is where Barbara Adams is from, their rates, a discounted rate is pretty high.
What is it, you know what it is?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
look at page
Oh, that's all right.
35 in their proposal.
It's $100 more than this man.
Oh, okay.
Well, her rate
Almost.
is $325 discounted.
Oh, God.
Discounted, her regular rate is $695. Then there are a few other people listed, and they're lower, like, one fellow is $265, discounted.
Yeah.
Well, Richard was about 250, if I remember right.
You told me $230
Okay,
was the last rate. Now, maybe their rates have gone up too.
Yeah.
And actually, $230 doesn't seem like a bad legal rate these days. But anyway, I just wanted, if you haven't looked at this, at these proposals, then you really need to do that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that even if you have somebody come in, they're not gonna tell you everything that's in here, and there might be
Okay.
something, although there was nothing about his rates in his materials. So that was gonna be one of my questions if he didn't bring it up, but he did.
yeah,
So, I mean, actually, $175 is
yeah.
pretty reasonable.
So do you want me to call these other two in, or just call Steve in July?
Oh, I think we ought to see the other two.
Well, yeah, we're gonna call Steve in, Wayne,
We'll
don't
have
worry
Steve,
about
we'll
that.
have Steve in
Well,
August.
I think,
But what Ann's saying is that they're gonna just reiterate what is in their proposal, am I mistaken? That's what you just said.
No, I'm not saying that they would. I'm saying is that he didn't necessarily. He told us that his rates were not
His
in
rate-
his proposal.
Not rates, but,
Oh, but he gave us information about the firm that's in here.
listen,
Right.
I can understand why they wouldn't put the rate in here, okay? Because they could change their rate.
yeah.
Of course.
Okay, but,
And they will.
but if you got this, and we haven't voted on it, and you said, well, this is the rate, and then they change the rate, and we vote on it later, well, they're not gonna give you that rate. So I'm sorry, we changed
What I'm
it.
getting at, I'm sorry.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. What you just said a few minutes ago, something about when you're going through the packets of Barbara Adams. Well, she's just gonna tell us the same thing that's in her.
No,
proposal.
it'd be good. I think that you misunderstood or I didn't relate it properly. It'd be good to meet her. If she's really interested,
Yeah,
then it'd be good to meet her in person because it's good to meet someone that you're gonna have communication with
Yeah.
and whether they come
Okay,
to the
no,
meeting
no.
or just over
the
the
impression
phone.
I got was, don't, because, okay.
No, I just wanted to point out how high their rates were
Oh, okay.
currently,
All right, can we
Okay.
move on?
which is
So,
John pointed out could
okay,
change.
we'll go two next month and then Steve in August.
Okay, all right,
Oh,
whatever.
I'll try. Let me put it to you like that,
Okay.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to adopt, prevailing wage act?
Sure, I make a motion, we adopt the Prevailing Wage Act.
Second.
Any questions, concerns? Hearing none, roll call.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Kavitsky?
Yes.
Supervisor Tusher?
Yes.
Motion carried to adopt the Prevailing Wage Act.
Well, if I could just make a comment, I probably should have jumped in there earlier. We're adopting this ordinance,
Right.
which the act is pursuant to, I mean, this is pursuant to the act, but we're adopting this specific ordinance.
Right.
Right. Just give it a number, yeah.
Ordinance number 2015-1.
I don't know.
One.
One, we haven't adopted anything?
No.
Okay, one.
So, I mean, more clearly, it would be that you're adopting the,
I can hear you. Yeah.
I said more clearly, it would be that you were adopting the Riverside Township Prevailing Wage Ordinance 2015-1.
Right.
Okay, well, let's amend it to that and pass it, whatever.
Correct.
We'll
All
get
in
you a
favor?
Aye. Oh, no,
No, we already,
we voted.
motion
We already
carried.
voted, yeah, okay.
We already voted on it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Township officials, Illinois annual dues, or your motion to pay.
So moved.
So your second.
How much is it?
Anyway, I
I
second,
looked
I
at
was
this.
just looking at,
I second it.
Where is it?
It was like $35.
Oh, no. Total dues, $863.78.
depends on the population, right? All right, put that in my motion, please.
EAV and your population. Yeah, and you should put
I
the
asked you to put it.
863.78.
863.78.
Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, we did the second.
Yeah, I second it.
Okay. Questions, concerns? Hearing none, roll call.
Trustee Kavitsky?
Yeah.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Supervisor Tusher?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Village of Riverside Independence Day Parade. Who's all planning on being in there? Or are we going to be in there?
On the Riverside Parade?
Yes.
Yes.
We always are.
I can't hear you, John.
We always are.
Well, that's why, well, I'm asking who's planning on being there?
I'll be there.
And also,
I'll be there if I can walk, but, you know.
okay, this year, do you want to take, like, when we went to North Riverside, Leanne had her pickup truck, and she and somebody else sat in the back throwing out beads, and a friend driving. Do you want a pickup truck, or you want two pickup trucks, Stephen? Because I've got one I can use, or do you want the, my convertible? And if you want my convertible, I want somebody in there with me, because it's getting too crazy out there.
I don't like the idea of throwing beads off a pickup truck.
Well, you're not supposed to throw in
Yeah.
Riverside.
So
They
you can't.
want you to hand.
You're gonna
whatever
hand
it
it,
is.
yeah, I don't like
Well,
that.
in the past, we've always walked the
Right.
the Riverside.
I'm willing to
And
walk and
yeah,
hand them
yeah,
out,
yeah.
yes. I don't like
But
that.
in Riverside, I still want somebody in the car with me, okay, who can, hand out beads or something.
Like to the other.
Well, if you
know,
can't-
my
Because,
leg is
there,
better,
people run out in
I-
front of you, and I'm getting to the point where it's just nuts.
Well, you worry about running over something.
Yeah,
He ran over my toe once.
Run over.
well, that was on purpose.
He did.
You ran
How
over
many
one?
years ago
Not
was that?
really.
I still feel the pain.
I feel your pain too, John. So, just be aware, and how many are gonna go in Riverside, and how many also gonna go in North Riverside?
What time is the North Riverside?
North
That's
Riverside,
afternoon, isn't it?
Is at 10, I think.
Oh, it used to be in the afternoon.
It used to be in the
And they changed
afternoon.
it.
I will try to make that, but I
Saturday,
can't
yeah,
guarantee
10
the North
So
a.m.
Riverside.
So we'd have to go from this parade to the other parade.
Immediately.
So what are you planning to do on the North Riverside Parade? You can't walk that one.
No, North Riverside Parade is why we had the truck last year.
Okay, so what are you doing with the truck? Anything? You're not throwing
Well,
anything?
here's the
are you?
other thing, Michael Dropka's gonna have a float in the parade.
A real flow.
He wants to go to Brookfield, but we have to go to North Riverside to
Yes.
represent the township. So whatever you guys want to decide, if you want us to have, we did have the truck last year. Mary Rob and I had beads, and when you're on the truck and you're in the back, you have to throw the beads in North Riverside. But people don't run in the streets like they do here in North
Oh,
Riverside.
So what do you-
Oh, yes, they do.
Not as bad.
Okay, not as bad, but they still run because, you know, I drive the T-Bird in there, and I'm throwing beads out there. And like I say, it's nerve-wracking. That's why I want somebody with me in the T-Bird who can throw beads and let me just concentrate.
It's
on
not as
driving.
big as a crowd in North Riverside as in Riverside, so maybe that's the difference. But we didn't have people running in the streets like they do
So
in
you're
Riverside.
throwing
Well,
beads in North Riverside?
Is that okay to throw them in North Riverside?
That's the only way you're gonna get them, because you're in the street and you're in the middle of the street and the people are on their lawns. So you have to, you're never gonna be able to hand out, and you can't walk in that parade.
It's
So
too long.
they don't let you.
Oh, they don't let you?
You
Oh.
have to ride in that parade.
Oh.
I know, I still don't like that. You can hit some kid with those beads right across the face. And then you're looking at a lawsuit. I don't like
Oh,
that
that's the
idea.
same thing with candy, you know.
No, yeah, but no, beads are round, I can wrap.
Uh,
Hit them around the neck or something, you know, you're
So,
pulling them out.
are we gonna go in Riverside and North Riverside? I'm gonna go in Riverside, and I'm gonna go in North Riverside. Leanne, will you go in Riverside and North Riverside?
Yes. Mary Rob will be involved too, she said.
I'll try to make North Riverside, but I'll definitely be in Riverside.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do both.
I'll be in Riverside, but I may ride with you. Depending.
That's fine.
But-
Boy, but
I'd appreciate it, Ian, I really would.
we're not gonna ride in Riverside, are we?
No,
No.
not generally.
I always ride in the T-Bird.
I know.
If that's what we're gonna take, so you just wanna do
Right.
the same thing and then.
And we'll have the beads in the back, in the trunk, where you can just grab them out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time,
Would ride.
What time
I
are we
just
supposed to be
don't
there?
mind.
8
Just
o'clock?
co-pilot, you know.
Riverside starts at 9,
You should ride.
so I usually here about 8:30, I think.
All right.
Okay,
So do you want me to take the truck for, or what do you want
Yeah.
to be done for North Riverside?
Yeah,
Because
take
I have
the
to make
truck.
arrangements to have
Take the
somebody
truck.
there like we did last
yeah,
year.
take the truck. And if need be, I hate to switch cars and have my pickup there and then with, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna take the T-Bird
All right,
to both.
so I
Okay.
have to make
All right.
arrangements for that. All right, thank you.
Next?
Well, are we supposed to be voting on these parade things?
No.
No,
No?
they're not spending any money
So
on
it
it.
says in here, no walkers, all capital letters will be allowed.
Yeah.
All right.
They're stressing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're gonna put us in for both the parades, Rich, right?
Right.
Okay.
Where are you reading that?
the notice from North Riverside.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
they
looking
won't
at.
let you walk in that parade.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Murray Robb called in and asked to have this put on the agenda, number F. New shirts for the elected officials.
Oh, she asked me to speak on behalf of her.
Oh, okay.
I saw her the other night, and she said that she would like to see us get possibly a Riverside Township shirt. She said something maybe with an American flag that said North Riverside Township, or Riverside Township on it, and something that we could wear. And Fran sent a memo in. There's
Yeah, I saw the memo from
Yeah,
Fran.
Fran's memo is collared shirts or button-down shirts.
And that's what Mary Robb
You know,
suggested.
I don't care. I've got township shirts that are still in the wrapper. I haven't even opened them yet. From Gary Wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the ones Gary
But
wore.
like the one you're wearing.
I have a yellow one and a light blue one like this, and, you
Well,
know.
they're suggesting that you get something with the collars, kind of like a golf shirt, is basically what they were suggesting. Maybe we had, whether it be white, red, or blue, and an American flag with Riverside Township on it.
Okay, now also, when I talk to her, we're talking money, maximum $20 plus shipping and handling per shirt.
Is that doable?
I had thought maybe 16, 18. She threw it up to 20, so I think, I don't know, I would think so.
Because didn't we get those at like Land's End?
I don't know.
Well, that was many, many years
It
ago.
was. but
You can
the-
still order from Land's.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I have for another group.
Well, do we have to do something tonight on this, or no?
Well, the parade is,
Well, we don't really need them for the parade.
well, that's what she wanted it for,
Well,
basically.
I don't know if they get
Somebody
it
better
in
come
time
up with a
anyway.
design.
Yeah, by the time they do that and get the size up, they may not even be ready by the parade.
Somebody better come with a design of a shirt, because you're saying,
Yeah.
you know, an American flag or something. Somebody better come up with a design.
Well, I think those American flags are standard. They put them on a lot of shirts.
I don't know what
And I
I'm-
think, if I'm not mistaken, if Land's End, don't they have certain signas that are
Land's End
standard?
don't have the big sizes, I'm sorry, so I don't
Well,
want,
that
I
leaves Rich
never
out.
looked for big size.
I don't want Land's End.
Well, they have, the other one. Not Land's End. Yeah, Land's End has bigger sizes.
I've never seen them, so.
Whatever.
Well, then-
Everybody give me your sizes, I will look into it. Do I have permission to go $20 plus shipping and handling per shirt?
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Get mine.
fine too. I don't care, you know,
Well,
I'll
let's
just
make a
add,
motion.
Rich,
We
I'll
need to
just
make a
add this
motion.
shirt to my Riverside Township wardrobe.
Okay,
Well, what Fran was suggesting is something that would encourage, she said she would encourage a moisture wicking or technical fabric, because I'll tell you, those shirts are hot.
Of course, they're cotton.
yeah.
They're very hot, and I hardly ever wear mine because
No, I don't.
they're just so warm, and
Well-
if you're out in the sun,
I'm just a cool guy, so.
I guess. So, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know, but, okay.
I will look into it, no promises, we'll try to get it by the 4th of July.
Okay.
Everybody leave me your size.
Large.
Is somebody gonna?
Don't tell me to leave it, write it down.
Is somebody gonna make a motion?
Do I hear a
need
motion?
to
I'll second the motion.
purchase
All right.
shirts, doesn't have, I guess, leave it
John
open.
seconded.
$20 plus shipping each.
Second.
Questions, concerns? Roll call.
Trustee Giesman,
Yes.
trustee Ertler,
Yes.
trustee Kibitsky,
Yes.
supervisor Tusher.
Yes.
Motion carried to purchase Riverside Township shirts for the elected officials.
Okay, under old business, this is what I made out from Wayne's notes from last month since I wasn't here. The farmer's market, a food pantry voucher. Andrew and I came up with a voucher. It's in your packet.
How would this work?
This would work very cautiously. There was $2,500 would come out of the general assistance account. Okay? We would keep $10 bunches, either $1,200 or $2,500. Mary Rob and I both thought maybe $1,200 would be okay. And we keep it in the safe, worth of $10 bills. So when the farmer market people come in to redeem the vouchers, you can just give them $10 cash.
But what if somebody goes over with a voucher? You're going to give these to people, right, the voucher? Or is the
They
library?
would have to be food pantry people.
Food pantry people, okay.
And GA people. If they want a voucher, they have to sign up for the food pantry. So they're on the food pantry.
So what if I go, okay, somebody goes over to and they spend $5 at one location and $6 at another.
Yes, sir. They're getting a $10 voucher, let them spend it how they want, I don't know.
But doesn't it have to be redeemed by the vendor?
Yes,
Yeah, good
so
question.
they're gonna
how is
have,
that-
I mean,
Is the vendor
we're not gonna
mess-
make out $1 vouchers, $2 vouchers, you know what I mean?
I know, but I'm thinking, how is this gonna work, and is the vendor over there really gonna wanna mess with, $2 to go
They
to Riverside
requested it.
Township? The
They
vendors did?
Yeah,
I know this
Yeah, but
was from the library.
It's like you said, if they go to 2, maybe even 3 different vendors, all those vendors are gonna have to sign off how much they spent at each location.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a problem. They're gonna be dancing all around that place.
Well, like I said, I don't want to have them come in and we have to start giving out $2 to this vendor.
No,
$3
I
to this
understand
vendor.
that. No.
None of that, $10, that's it.
I agree with
You know,
that, but
Yeah, but
Food
that
pantry
doesn't
people,
mean,
you spend it at one
That
place
doesn't make sense.
or whatever.
that doesn't mean
Well,
somebody's
Wayne
gonna
brought
spend
this
it
up,
at
you
one
explain how
place.
much you were thinking, Wayne.
Pardon me?
You're the one who brought this up last month.
Okay, what's the question?
How do you want it to work?
Just exactly how, they're gonna take it to the vendor,
Okay, they
And-
rip one of these off, here's $10,
and
right?
what we could do is require the person to buy a $10 item.
But how many times is exactly $10? Oh,
Well,
wait,
if
they
it's
might have to-
well,
$12,
they have to make up
But
up
what if
the
it's
difference. Then
$8.50?
you better put that disclaimer on here, good for one booth or whatever. Good for one purchase at one location or however they're
Well,
set
then
up.
make your changes on that one.
No, I'm just saying, you were saying you have to spend the whole $10. Put the disclaimer on here, must be spent at the same farmer's market booth, all $10.
Yeah, we can word
That
it,
could be tricky. I mean, what if somebody goes over and then the vendor's gotta come here?
Right.
Yeah, he says, okay, I got this voucher over here, so I'd like to have this and this and this. So what do we give the vendor? What does that person give the vendor so that the vendor can come here
The
and
voucher,
get the money?
the $10 voucher.
$10 voucher.
Okay, so now you're saying, no, it has to be totally used up.
Yeah, because
At the same
Yeah.
vendor.
Otherwise, if somebody wanted to spend $5 for vegetables and $5 for a pizza,
No.
they can't spend it
it
on
doesn't
pizza.
work. Well, whatever, I mean, that's not on here.
Yeah.
Meat, fish, poultry, eggs.
But it would have to be basically one vendor, because I'm not gonna have people come in and say, oh, this guy spent $2 here, give me $2 back.
Right, and then you need something, he needs to bring you something to show what that
Yeah,
guy's.
it's the voucher.
Yeah,
All right, so the customer comes, hypothetically, I go to the farmer's market, I'm a participant in the food pantry. I have a voucher with me, correct?
Correct.
Because I've gotten it prior to the,
Right, they've gotten it from our staff in the
okay.
office.
All right, so I go to the farmer's market. I don't want to spend $10 at this booth. I want 5 here and 5 there. Now, is that going to be ineligible for them to do
That's,
this?
that's what we were saying, that's gonna create
we
mass
can't do
confusion.
that.
The
You're
two
right,
vendors have
because-
to come in on the same voucher. Well, I got $5, and well, I got $5,
well, because the second vendor doesn't have the voucher. I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
there's no
So what are you
record
gonna
that
do?
They actually
I
gave
think
them.
if you're gonna give out these $10, you have to put on here, must be spent at one vendor, must be
Either
spent
that
at a
or make them
single
all $1.
vendor. He said no.
No.
That's the only other
They
solution.
must be
Yeah,
spent
that would
at a
be the
single
only
vendor.
thing.
Right.
But I'm not gonna have $1,200 in $1 bills, unless counting out,
Honestly, I wouldn't even get that much at this point. I'd wait, if you're gonna do this, then I think you see how it works initially.
Well, okay, first off, you make what your suggestions are, what has to be on there, John, and then put it in my box.
Okay, I thought Wayne had actually made the suggestion they have to spend the $10.
Well, you put it on that voucher, how you want it phrased, because
Yeah.
we just came up to present this to the board, and, for them to make changes or whatever they want.
Right.
So you-
It's his
you know,
baby.
If I don't get any changes soon, it's going out like this.
Yeah.
This
Does
will,
everybody understand me?
this will not work. I can't imagine this working.
Then you make the changes, ma'am, how you want it stated.
I'm not sure I think this is a good idea. I mean, it's a nice idea, but I'm not sure about this implementation.
This gal that signed this application,
Yeah.
I can't read her writing. What's her
Didn't
name?
either.
Amy
Amy-
Jankovic.
Jane something or other.
Jankovic.
Jankovic.
Well, she's the expert on this. We should be talking to her.
Well, you're the one who brought it up last month and wanted it done, Wayne. You were gonna take $2,500 out of your own pocket, as you told me. And I said, whoa, slow down, buddy.
Okay, I'll give you a comment to add.
You write it down, Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, and how you want the thing changed, you said. And then when we do make the changes, you want me to call this Jankowski in next month?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
It
Okay.
can't hurt. I mean, there's still, the market goes through October.
yeah, I think it's a good idea. Call her in. Okay.
Yeah, they've got to spend $10 at one vendor.
I mean, to me, that's the easiest way.
It's the only way to make it really work.
Right,
Is then
yeah.
they give that voucher to the vendor.
Right.
The
Exactly.
vendor, and there probably ought to be a signature on here, like the person who receives it. Or is that too much information because these are GA? You can't do that. Can't do that.
No, not really, no.
Well, we need something to acknowledge,
Well, Mark will have, a list of who she gives them out to.
Shouldn't you have numbers on them so that you can just trace them?
Then write down, put,
that too.
these should
would
be
good.
numbered, but they're gonna have to be hand numbered.
Well,
See what I'm saying?
yeah, well, that's okay. Yeah,
It
I think
doesn't
that's a
matter.
good idea. It should be,
You write down what your suggestions are.
What's the purpose of that date issued, date redeemed on there? Who,
Well, if they come in next Wednesday, whatever next Wednesday's date is, okay, let's say they came in today.
yeah,
We issued the voucher
June 9th.
June 9th. Okay, now, they, date redeemed, the vendor has to put in when they bought the stuff or we gave them the money back.
I understand, but I don't see the purpose of it. But that's okay.
You know, I guess just to kind of keep a date-wise,
Yeah,
maybe, okay, maybe they'll sell more fruit in July or August rather than September, October, something like that, Wayne,
I guess.
and it's, they can redeem them Monday through Friday, 9 AM to 2:30. So that means if somebody goes over there at 5 o'clock, because it doesn't open until 2.
2:30.
Okay, 2:30. I thought it was 2.
But
So they have.
we gotta be out of the
following
parking
week.
lot at 12:30.
No, I understand, I know all the.
Yeah.
But that means the vendor's gotta wait until the following week to come here to get
Yeah.
his money.
Yeah,
No, the following day.
or the following day. you can
Well, if
come
they
in.
wanna make the trip. Because a
Right.
lot of these people are not local.
Well, that's right, they're only here one day, aren't they?
Only here one day. I
Yeah.
mean, if that's apparently okay with them.
I don't know, we haven't, haven't presented to anybody.
Yeah.
This is just what we came up with from what Wayne, whole last month's meeting about.
You better get this person here so
Yeah.
that she
Yeah.
understand, we all understand how this
Yeah.
is
Right.
done. She
Right.
perceives this to work.
Right,
Exactly.
I mean,
Because these vendors may not be happy waiting for a week.
Yeah.
Because
Some
they're
vendors
probably-
don't come every week.
Right.
necessarily.
well, her idea was, it's gonna help the vendors and it's gonna help the, food pantry people. Well, if it's gonna help the vendors,
They have to make an effort.
they gotta make an effort.
Well,
Okay.
you know how things things go.
All right.
Okay, now, do I hear a motion? This is for the Junior Theater Guild. This comes up last month. Wayne wasn't sure what it was kind of like all about. Well, what it was all about was that, Jeannie Sheehan, we have to pay, these people, you know, on or before the date. Last year, we paid them afterwards, and they didn't want it that way. It's coming out of their, budget of, 5,000. We've got the people's names, what they do, how much it's gonna cost, their social security and everything.
Boy, I can't ever remember getting paid before I did a job.
We will hold the check. This is what happened last year. You said the same thing last year and they were upset. Well, we will just hold the check, Ann, until, you know, the night or the day of,
Right.
okay?
Because who knows if they'll all, I mean, they
Well,
probably.
if they don't show
I
up,
don't know.
then they won't get the check.
Well, yeah, cancel the check.
I mean, you know, Jeannie will give me the check back.
You're only gonna write one check?
No.
No.
No, you gotta write all of them.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right.
Yeah.
So they aren't gonna be paid, but you just want the approval now. They're not gonna be paid until after the performance?
No, the checks will be written before the performance. That's what I'm saying. I want the approval to write the checks, and then at the day of the performance, give Jeannie Sheehan the checks to pay them
Yeah,
that night.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
See what I'm getting at?
Yes.
Okay.
So they get paid that night.
And they'll have to wait until the.
Right, yeah, we're not gonna give them the checks tomorrow.
Okay.
We're gonna wait.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So they'll get
I
paid the day of the
misunderstood. Okay, but still,
review.
yeah.
Do I hear a
I'll
motion?
make the motion that we grant the Junior Theater League Guild of $4,000.
We're not granting, John.
What are we doing? Paying?
To pay.
Paying.
Paying.
Out of their.
Out of the Junior Theater Guild budget, $4,000 to be divided up by the different entertainers for the summer camp budget.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call. Any questions, concerns? Roll call.
Trustee Ertler.
Yes.
Trustee Giesman.
Yes.
Trustee Kavitsky.
Yes.
Supervisor Tusher.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay.
And just to clarify that, can I just ask, it's what's on this Summer Camp 20 musical review program, and it totals the $4,000 and the names,
Right,
correct?
to be divided up between all the names listed.
All the names listed.
Correct.
As indicated in this.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, under FYI,
Well, wait, before you go, what is this other sheet here with the additional, or is this the summary? This is a summary?
That's a summary, it's still
Okay,
$4,000.
Okay. Okay, good.
FYI, a draft for the, and I gave the agency tax rate, just a draft that they said, you know, was ready, and I already gave one, put one in the mental health board box. Sue McDonald is no longer on our health insurance, because she turned 65. She's a,
How does that affect the other employees?
well, you got Andrew and you got Bob.
I thought you need 3 or something?
Two.
Oh, 2. Oh, okay, okay. So she won't be submitting that check every month?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to call for a 5-minute recess. Call the meeting back to order. Any further visitors' remarks? No visitors. Approval of warrants.
No. I only cover for you, Ann. You do it so well.
All right. General warrant. Motion that the board approve and ratify payment of the bills identified on the general warrant June 2015 in the amount of $6,489.56 as presented to the board this 9th day of June, 2015.
Second the motion.
Questions, concerns? Hearing none, roll call.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee Kibitsky?
Yes.
Supervisor Tusher?
Yes.
Motion carried.
A motion that the board ratify and approve payment of the amounts indicated on the following warrants. Utility warrant, June 2015, in the amount of $794.12. Payroll warrant, June 2015, in the amount of $17,380.91. Health warrant, June 2015, in the amount of $1,630.38. Monthly filings, June 2015, in the amount of $5,293.02. Grants, June 2015, in the amount of $3,005. General assistance warrant, June 2015, in the amount of $900. And township radio players warrant, June 2015, in the amount of $120. All of the above is presented to the board this 9th day of June, 2015.
Second the motion.
Questions, concerns? Hearing none, roll call.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee Kibitsky?
Yes.
Supervisor Tusher?
Yes.
Motion carried.
That it?
For the warrants.
Yeah.
But I
Oh, I saw you pass something over here.
Oh, that was for Leanne. I have a question on the financial reports. If you're ready, but you're on next, Rich, for supervisors' comments.
What's going on? What?
I'm just looking at the agenda, and after approval of warrants is supervisors' comments.
Yes, and reviews.
Okay.
You got a question?
Yeah, but I'm waiting for you.
Oh, what's your question?
Okay, that's my question. Okay, on the financial statement from DeMonte's office, second page, under the town fund,
Wait a minute. This is the one from DeMonte, right?
right?
Pardon me?
Yes.
And this is general town fund,
Right.
page 2, is that the back side?
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Under administrative division personnel services, taxes, unemployment, I do not understand what happened there.
Where,
This got messed up last year too.
workman's comp, the $3,000?
No, taxes, unemployment.
Taxes, FICA, Medicare?
No,
Taxes, unemployment, okay.
right.
$700 credit.
I'll talk to Betty about that.
But it says unexpended, $1,903.59.
I'll talk to Betty.
I don't know what, do you understand that?
Well, the only thing I can assume is that we got a refund of $700.
Okay,
I'll talk to Betty to double check to make sure.
okay. And then one
I
more.
don't know why.
And then, and I don't know if you know the answer to this, or maybe Margie would. There's a person listed in here as receiving a $550 check. Pet Feyerherd, Feyerherd, and that's on page, well, I don't know what page this is. It's
What page?
it's on the, what's attached to the assessor's division, the breakdown of all the
assessor's division?
transactions. Well, it's not from her division, I don't think. Maybe it is, no, I don't think so. the page that's, the front is the assessor's division, and then attached to that is all transactions. So it's not the first page, it's not the.
If it's under
second.
the assessors, you're gonna have to ask Fran.
No, but I don't know why this is attached this way. It's all transactions, all transactions.
I'm not sure where you're looking at it in.
There's no page numbers here. Well, here. Did you find the front page that says Assessor's Division?
No.
No.
No. It was right after the first, in my packet, it was right after. Here's Assessor's Division, okay.
Oh, okay.
And this is the stuff that's attached.
Yeah.
And here is the name. Pet, this is one,
Okay.
okay? Did you
I
find
still
it, John?
I have it.
Okay, you got it.
I don't have it.
General assistance,
Did you find?
It's on the top of the second page.
Help, no.
on the back,
No, on the front, on the top of the second page. Statement of expenditure for the assessor's division.
This person.
where's that?
This page, the numbers are kind of.
Well, what page is that and what, I don't see where it's at on mine.
All right, it's in the stapled paper, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here, this one. 1, that's the round page. This one, the first staple one.
Yeah, that's one.
No, 1,
No, this is one, I tore it out.
2, 3, 4.
It's like 2/3 of the page, way down the page.
Accounts payable.
Yeah, it's under accounts payable.
It's not Pat either, it's Pet.
Pat, yeah, which is strange, and I don't remember.
I don't see where you're,
Where did you find accounts payable?
Here,
Okay, good.
Ted,
Pet Fairbird.
Prayhurry,
that was just paid too. In May.
A month ago.
But that name didn't, well, I should look at it. I didn't recognize it from the warrant.
I got the, I mean, I don't know, but I got the feeling that's short from something. Okay? I'll ask Mark and we'll ask
Yeah,
Fran.
see if she,
Okay?
And what was the other one?
yeah, it's not in the,
It's not on the warrant, is
it's
it?
not on the warrant, no. I don't know what that is, maybe
Back
it
up,
was.
the first page.
All right, I got that now.
Okay, go down to taxes, unemployment. 1,900.
And it's not on the grant.
This is okay, the questioning. The 1900?
Okay.
I like to recognize,
It's not on the
I got the
utility
feeling
grant.
she's short because there might have been something really long that wouldn't fit in there. You know what I mean? I'll ask, find out. My question is, now, I'm gonna call 2 attorneys for next month and try to get them both out. Do you want under new business, or should we get old business again? Because this will be under old business first. Have one firm speak in the beginning and one firm speak at the end?
I think you can put old business first, new business second, and if they come in, we can just push them up to the beginning.
One right after the other.
One right after the other, we've done that
Okay,
before,
so it
right?
won't be like a cat, you don't think it'll be like a cat?
Right, yeah, just say,
You know, it won't be insulting to anybody.
yeah, we're gonna redo the
You know what I'm getting
agenda.
at?
do you mean if there's somebody here listening
Yeah.
to somebody else?
Yeah.
I would hope not,
Okay.
for them. I
All
mean,
right.
they're
No.
used to that stuff, I would hope.
That's just part of competition.
Yeah, business, that's
Okay,
business.
do I
Make
hear
a
a motion
motion.
for adjournment?
We adjourn.
Second the motion.
You
All
got
in
the
favor?
list for sizes, don't you, Rich?
Yeah, we put it all on one piece of paper.
I got, yeah.
All right.
Somebody passed a
Wait,
piece of
are
paper with
we
sizes.
voting on
around.
this adjournment, or?
What?
Are we voting on the adjournment?
That's what I just asked.
Oh.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.